guys, it's Carrie here from Super Vibes. Welcome to your Monday meditation and philosophy chat as we continue to explore the use of mudra in meditation and yoga. So today we are going to be working with happiness and goodness. I've had a couple of weeks of just feeling like I'm going down a rabbit hole of all of the heaviness and negativity that's around me and in the world right now. And so I pulled this book out. It's called Hardwiring Happiness. And I come back to this book a lot, and especially when I feel like I'm getting into an overwhelming space of negativity. And what I really love about this book, it's by Rick Hanson. It's called Hardwiring Happiness. What I really love about this book is that he talks about the evolution of our nervous system and the evolution of our brains. And because of how the brain has evolved over time, we tend to be wired to really pay attention to the threats in our world, to the things that are maybe scary or negative. And it really kind of comes from that fight or flight mechanism and survival, back in the days where it was eat or be eaten. and we're still kind of carrying around a lot of that in our nervous systems. So we're naturally wired to always be on the lookout for what might harm us or what might be a threat. And so it's easy when things are difficult to just kind of get into that mode. And it's actually a physiological wiring in the brain that perpetuates that. What's really cool is that we can actually change it to some extent. So we can actually rewire our brains to be hardwired for happiness, to be wired to seek out that which is good. Okay? So this is kind of the concept that we're going to be working with in our practices this week. And the mudra that I've chosen to go along with that is called the Pralamba Mudra. And this is the mudra of benevolence. So it's all about the goodness in life. So what I'm going to have you do first is warm up these hands, just like we've been doing each week. I'm going to have you give yourself a good clap. Take a breath in. Do that a couple more times. Just getting these hands ready for our little mudra practice and meditation. Give the hands a little rub. You know the drill by now. We warm up the palms of the hands, the tops of the hands. We warm up the space between the fingers. Give the hands a vigorous waking up. And then just take a big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, just close the eyes. Let the hands come just an inch or two apart, and just feel the energy of the hands. Again, this is the energy that we're working with as we move our bodies, as we breathe. And these hands are so powerful. So we're coming into our mudra now. We're going to take the palms flat, and for setting up the mudra, we're going to bring the thumbs together and then turn the palms down. So the palms are going to be facing down in this mudra. And then you can just let the hands come to rest down in your lap. And just close the eyes and let the chin just ever so slightly tuck. Let your awareness come to the breath. As you breathe in, feel the expansion of the belly, the rib cage, the chest. As you breathe out, feel that quality of release, that quality of letting go. And as you're breathing here, just open yourself to hear the wishes and prayers of all beings. There's a shared longing to be free and happy. As we start to awaken the heart qualities of devotion and compassion, we can take a moment just to reflect on the goodness of the world. So Rick Hansen, who is the author of this book, Hardwiring Happiness, says that the brain takes its shape from what the mind rests upon. So essentially what we pay attention to, or what we're resting our minds upon, becomes the primary shaper of the brain. So there are some things that naturally grab a person's attention, such as a problem at work, or some physical pain, or a serious worry. But on the whole, we have a lot of influence over where the mind will rest. And that means that we can deliberately prolong and even create the experiences that will shape our brain for the better. And the way that we do this is by letting ourselves shift into a good experience, and then allowing ourselves to be in that experience for a prolonged amount of time. And that can be as little as 10 to 12 seconds. And that lingering in the experience is what starts to reshape the brain. That holding of the awareness, resting the mind on that good experience. So as you're breathing here with your mudra, take a moment to reflect back on a recent good experience. It can be anything. And as you're breathing, just start to create that experience in your mind. You can use a picture or a narrative. And just take a moment to hold your breath to that positive, good experience. And if at any point the mind starts to wander, you feel yourself being pulled into this space of negativity, that's okay, it's normal. Just take a breath and gently bring your awareness back to that positive experience. Let yourself rest your awareness in the good. And when you feel like you're ready to leave an experience, let yourself linger for 10 or 12 seconds longer, holding the focus to this good experience, allowing the brain to rewire. Let's be here for a few more moments. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and a full breath out through the mouth. Bring your awareness back to your seat, your sit bones, your long spine. I'm going to read a passage from the book. Dr. Rick Hansen says, if we keep resting our minds on self-criticism, worries, grumbling about others, hurts, and stress, then the brain will be shaped into greater reactivity, vulnerability to conditions such as anxiety and depression, a more narrow focus on threats and losses, and inclinations toward anger, sadness, and guilt. On the other hand, if we rest our minds on good events and conditions, pleasant feelings, the things we accomplish, physical pleasures, and our good intentions and qualities, then over time, the brain will take a different shape. One with strength and resilience hardwired. One with a realistically optimistic outlook, a positive mood, and a sense of worth. So take a moment to just create the intention to consciously seek out the good in your immediate world and in the outside world as well. And when you have those moments of goodness, let yourself linger in the experience. Let your mind rest in the experience. And begin to rewire and hardwire the brain for happiness, for joy, and for benevolence. Take a moment to lift the hands to heart center, gently bowing the head. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste.